This is Finish Line.
Getting involved in the motorsports industry? Late models, helmets, modifieds, doesn't matter. Need to have a wrap job done? Then let All About Wraps take care of you. All About Wraps strives to offer our clients with fast, affordable service from go-karts to the national touring level and everything in between. Wraps on race cars, design services, and promotions. There's no job that they can't do to make your vehicle be on the cutting edge of looking great. Race wraps are starting at just $500. Contact All About Wraps today and let's see what they can do for your racing team. Call them up at 410-903-3302 or send them an email at allaboutwraps@hotmail.com. All About Wraps.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
The Speed 51 Video Network live races, highlights, interviews, features, and more. You want it? The Speed 51 Video Network has it. Just $7.99 per month or $69.99 per year.
You gotta be kidding me! There's total chaos! What a wild finish! Oh my goodness!
Become a member of the Speed 51 Video Network today at speed51.com.
Yeah! Time to get this cranked up on Short Track America.
Dirt or pavement, from east to west. Short Track America features some of the biggest grassroots races around the country. Super late models to street stock racing. If it's on a half mile or smaller track, it's on Short Track America. On MAV TV, Motorsports Network. This is Finish Line. 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 This is Finish Line
Undisputed, unrealistic, unscripted, and unrehearsed. This is Finish Line, a weekly podcast talking about the positive and negative of motorsports, asking the questions to drivers, promoters, and personalities, getting the information and responses of the sport others dare not to ask or even discuss. This is Finish Line. This radio podcast is from the heart, an in-depth analysis of everything in NASCAR, NHRA, IHRA, IndyCar, grassroots motorsports, asphalt, dirt, drag racing, karting, tractor pulling, boat racing, demolition derbies, and much more. From touring events to national, regional, weekly, and more. This is the podcast where the bull stops here. Whether it's asphalt, dirt, or drag racing, or anything else in life, there is always a finish line. Now, he's a respected veteran broadcaster with over 20-plus years' experience calling all forms of sports for public address, TV, and radio, from NASCAR to the grassroots. Please welcome your host, Wesley Outland. This is Finish Line.
Wednesday, May 15th. Of the year 2019. Man, it is amazing how fast the year has flew by. Welcome to our official radio forum. We do it every Wednesday morning from 11 to 12:30. It is Finish Line. Man, we have got a great guest panel lined up today. We've got a lot to cover. Everything from NASCAR to the All-Star race at Charlotte, to ARCA at Toledo, to Munster Jam, recapping the World Finals at Orlando last weekend. We have got everything and more. Two men and a lady on the program today. Finish Line is available on Fox Sports Radio, Community Radio Network, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, iTunes Radio, and now we're also available on, in addition to TuneIn, Spotify and Spreaker. So we have got we've got you covered on all of the platforms of podcasts and social media. Just put in hashtag Finish Line, and we've got you covered. It's that simple. We're going to go to the phone lines. We've got a great guest lineup for you. We've got an action-packed 90 minutes. I promise as soon as this show begins, it will fly by and be over. I promise you. As soon as we get started, it'll be done and over with. So we got a good program for you here today. So we're going to go quickly to the phone lines, and we're going to get our first guest on the program. We've got an awesome 90-minute show for you. Of course, it is Wesley Outland. Good afternoon or good morning to you, wherever you are in the great U.S. of A. We've got three awesome guests lined up. We're going to go to the phone lines right now and get on our first guest. We'll have him on till around 11:33, and then, of course, we will be having on later this afternoon ARCA winner at Nashville, big driver for super late model racing, and the successes he's got from winning at the Snowball Derby and so many more, running late model stocks, running super late models, to winning the ARCA at Music City 200 a few weeks ago at Nashville, getting ready for ARCA at Toledo. Christian Eckes will join us on the program from Middletown, New York. Now he resides, of course, in North Carolina in Race City, USA. We'll talk to Christian Eckes of Venturini Motorsports. And later on today, just after 12 o'clock, we will be calling up Macey Nichter, driver of the zombie monster truck of Munster Jam. Yes, I've always wanted to say that. Munster Jam. They had a great show this past weekend in Orlando, Florida with the Munster Jam World Finals. We will talk about that and a whole bunch more. But first off, we're going to go to the phone lines now, and we are going to get our first guest on the program. And, of course, this is going to be somebody that I've recently had the privilege to work with a lot in the motorsports industry. He is very respected in what he does in the motorsports industry. Over 20 plus year career in radio, television, broadcasting. He is also the man behind Speed51.com that was founded back in 2001, which is now the Speed 51 Network. You can't beat all the great things. This weekend, they've got 6 races in 3 days. You can't beat, or actually from Wednesday to Saturday or Sunday, you've got a 6-race package. Speed51.com for all that information. Mav TV, he's worked with Fox, he's worked with Speed Channel, he does stuff with Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to talk about all that and more. To the phone lines we go from Long Island, New York, but now residing in, of course, Concord, North Carolina. Bob Dillner, good morning. How are you, my friend?
Oh, good morning to you. Just up here in the mountains, doing a little renovation work and doing a little work preparing for the weekend, too. So, because we've got a busy weekend both on 51 as well as I'm going to Toledo for the Arkham Menard Series live on Mav TV.
That's right. We'll talk about that here in all just a minute. But yeah, he has 2 homes. 3 homes. So Bob's all over the place, man. I call you Zigzag Man.
Yeah, zigzag is I'm all over the country for sure. I think next couple of weeks I'm in South Carolina, I'm in Toledo, Ohio, I'm in Wheatland, Missouri, I'm in Columbus, Mississippi, all over the map. But I get to talk a lot about short track racing, and that's what I love so much.
So before we go any further talking about ARCA at Toledo, and of course me and Christian Eckes will talk about that, of course, more at the bottom of the hour. But first off, Speed 51. It was founded in 2001. Where did the name come from? I've always wanted to ask that question, and I guess I felt like the platform would be to ask you on this show. Where did the name come from? And did you ever have think that it would be where it's at? Since 18, 19 years later, 2019?
Yeah, no, not at all, to tell you the truth. It was born out of the old ASA National Tour back when the Robbins family still had owned that. And we saw that there was a little bit of a lack of information in the infancy on the internet for the old ASA National Tour. And, that's when they went to the Vortec engines and the BFG tires and so forth. And I was involved from a TNN perspective. And since, honestly, there was not much information out there, we said, hey, let's do some stuff on the ASA circuit. And that's what we did. We began there. Then we did a little bit on really what's now known as the ARCA Midwest Tour, which was the old NASCAR REMAX series back then,
right.
REMAX Midwest Tour. So we did stuff there, and then I went, home, and I knew a couple people back up in the Northeast, and I said, let's go back to my beloved modifieds. And we continually, just expanded. And even though I was in North Carolina, we were going Midwest first, Northeast second, and then we went to the Southeast, and now we're all over America. But it's interesting because it started out as a hobby. We'd have maybe one story, maybe posted a day. It grew in popularity because of things like Johnny's Journal, Johnny Sauter, back when he was running the ASA circuit and going after a championship. And he would do this weekly journal. As I worked on his race car in the shop, I said, Johnny, let's do a journal. I'll record you and write it into a column, and we'll put it up on Speed 51, which at that time was 51sportsracing.com. That's a mouthful. But that's really where it was born. We did a lot of stuff in ASA, and then grew to the Midwest Tour and modifieds, and the Southeast, and now we're all over the map with dirt or pavement. Doesn't matter. We're 100% short track racing.
Definitely 100% short track racing, and you cover everything from. And I throw this out here because I'm starting to realize just how busy Speed 51 is. I used to think, okay, well, you guys do a couple of press releases. Maybe you copy paste some things other series do. No, you have video, you have editorial, you have social media, you have any and everything for short track racing. You cover it. I mean, you will send guys out from all over the country. Believe me, I found that out personally. We drove through 4 states, me and Mark Keeler did, just to find out we get rained out. Pesky weather this year, man. Mother Nature is not our friend in racing, Bob Dillner, this 2019 season.
Yeah, it's kind of been kind of crazy with Mother Nature. It's kind of spoiled a lot of the fun. More than 60% of our races, we have this Google Doc, and it has 3,500 races on it for the entire season, and 60% of them in April and May are red, which means they were